Today, we are celebrating the 75th anniversary of Jackie Robinson breaking baseball's color barrier.
That's right. On April 15th, 1947, Robinson first put on his uniform and took to the field as a member of the Brooklyn Dodgers. Robinson excelled both on and off the field, despite receiving widespread hatred and abuse from both players and fans. The first baseman went on to become a legend in both baseball and the civil rights movement. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1962.
As part of the annual celebration of his legacy, all players, managers, coaches, and umpires will take the field wearing that magic number, 42 today. Joining us now from the Jackie Robinson Training Complex in Vero Beach, Florida, is Tony Reagins. Tony is the former general manager of the Los Angeles Angels and one of 6 black GMs in MLB history. He now serves as Major League Baseball's Chief Baseball Development Officer. Tony, that is a mouthful. I know that must be such a pleasure for you to step in and fulfill such a role. How do you do it?
No, I mean, it's exciting. It's fulfilling. I've been involved with young people for really my whole career. I was a Boys and Girls Club kid and really been involved in being around young people and assisting young people my entire career. And to come to the commissioner's office and lead the youth initiatives for the commissioner has been a thrill. I mean, I get the opportunity to impact the lives of young people every day, and especially those kids that are underserved and really don't have opportunities that most others have. So really thrilled with the opportunity that I have to make a difference.
And how do you see the ways that Jackie Robinson's legacy is still impacting the game of baseball today?
You know, I look at it in a little different way. I just look at it from a perspective, you know, what would our country look like, you know, without Jackie Robinson and without what he went through and without the perseverance that he had. You know, our environment, our world, our country would be a much different place if it had not been for one man that persevered, that did what was uncomfortable. And that was his legacy. That is his legacy. I mean, he changed our country, our world in a significant way, and allowed people like me, you know, giving me an opportunity to do what I've done in the game. And, you know, we're just thankful for him taking that step forward and being a leader, and then being silent when he had to, and then when he spoke, being impactful.
Yeah, at least let us not forget, though, that there are a number of other people out there who enabled that opportunity. He was ready for it. He was prepared for it. He acted, you know, along the right path, but it was the Branch Rickeys who made a choice, because there were many, many other people who could have fulfilled that role, and he stepped in. But it's important to note that, you know, there were a lot of people who were involved in sort of breaking through that color barrier. And you have to, as you stand in the position you're in now, there's still a glaring lack of diversity in MLB, and especially in the front offices and around the league. So what specifically is being done? Where is the allyship outside of those of you who are prepared and who are qualified?
Yeah, you know, diversity looks different now as we, you know, go into a different time in our country. You know, we're seeing a lot more opportunities for women, a lot more opportunities for Latin Americans, and, you know, our African American talent is just it's not, you know, getting to the place where we need it to be. And I think that the work that we're doing with the commissioner's office, you know, myself, Theo Epstein, Michael Hill, we've kind of taken the bull by the horn and are willing to lead young executives, give them guidance, foster them, develop them, and give them the tools that we think can be successful at, you know, leading a major league club. So it's really an exciting time for us, because, you know, we haven't gotten where we needed to get to in terms of African American leadership in the game.
Well,
but you know, we're building.
So, Tony, to your point, can you give us some examples, some specific examples of the initiatives you are leading, you along with, you mentioned Theo Epstein, an old college classmate of mine.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So what specifically are you guys doing in order to increase diversity and inclusion in the game of baseball?
Yeah, we started an executive development program that is being well received. Tyrone in our office is done a great job with leading initiatives, grassroots initiatives that have been well received. He has thousands of young people involved in programs at the grassroots level. So at the commissioner's office, it's really about building a foundation. And because you can't really start anything without building the foundation and building that pipeline. And so we're starting there, building the foundation so that those that want to get involved, we start to equip them with the tools, because this is not easy. I mean, my journey was 17, 20 years into the game before I got to, the major league level in terms of a GM. And so we're building the foundation and getting people ready for the journey. And the journey could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 20 years. But if we can give them the opportunities and the tools to be successful and then avoid some of the pitfalls that some of us had in terms of executives, then, hopefully that helps long term.
Got to build it from the ground up. Tony Reagins, thank you so much for joining us. We certainly appreciate all you've done and your perspective.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me.